I want to do this the lazy way and just film like this, but I don't think it's going to give the right message. So I'll see you soon. Ta-da! I am still looking like a wet dog, but it's okay. Hi, this is Bananas. He's going to be joining us today. He's my emotional support teddy. He was a splurge purchase because I love the balloon animal vibe, and he is literally a balloon animal with a funny face. Okay, so today's topics are going to be a short one because I don't really want to dive too deep into this because it is not my job to. But I feel it needs to be said because I've heard a lot of people go, oh, just fake it till you make it. When I'm like, oh, I'm going through therapy, or I'm dealing with this, just fake it till you make it. No. Here is where we stop that practice. So this ties in with like toxic positivity basically, and I want to link the two in this video and talk about that and imposter syndrome briefly, because I think that it is toxic to our growth and to your journey, your self-discovery journey. If you are faking it, if you're not actually going through the process, you're not going to be going anywhere. So let's tackle toxic positivity, and then we'll tackle faking it till you make it. Then we'll tackle imposter syndrome. How's that? Okay, so I have the Psychology Group's article up here. I've used a few articles for this, but this is the one that touched deep and really reached the point that I wanted to make here. So I'm going to be reading some of these pieces, and I will also link down below this article and two others for this specific topic, the toxic positivity, the dark side of positive vibes, toxic positivity. And I want to remind people that I'm not going, oh, you can't be positive, and oh, you can't fake a smile when you really need to, kind of vibe. I'm talking about it on a larger scale that actually affects your growth and your being and your actual like momentum forward, because so many people rely on this habit of faking it till you make it to actually get them to their goals, and it doesn't actually get you anywhere. It in fact puts you backwards. So everything in worthwhile in life is won through surmounting the associated negative experience. Any attempt to escape the negative, to avoid or quash it or silence it, only backfires. The avoidance of suffering is a form of suffering. The avoidance of struggle is a struggle. The denial of failure is a failure. Hiding from what is shameful in itself is a form of shame. This is why toxic positivity doesn't work, because when we are hiding from what we are ashamed of, we are feeling more ashamed. When we are not facing the guilt, we are feeling more guilty. When we are not facing the fear, when we are not tackling the problem, we then become the problem, simply put. So here we're going to quickly go into a description of what toxic positivity is here. I'll put it up here as well. Toxic positivity is the excessive or ineffective overgeneralization of a happy, optimistic state across all situations. The process of toxic positivity results in the denial, minimalization, and invalidation of the authentic human emotional experience. Couldn't have said it better myself. This is it's their own dictionary. Okay, so they've got like a little nude block. I'm gonna try and put it in this one as is, because I like the way that they put it, because it is exactly how my therapist put it. And we want to get to the point where our therapists go, yeah, babe, to keep doing it kind of vibe, instead of being like, oh my god, what are you doing kind of vibe. So this, we don't want to invalidate our human experience. We don't want to invalidate our human emotions. We feel tied down by these things because we tie ourselves down with it. So when you are invalidating how you're feeling and on the negative side, you are not actually working through it. You are then burying it and leaving it to bottle up and explode later on. Wow, this is a lot easier to film than I thought it would be. I was very scared of this topic because I feel like a lot of people still use this advice in order to get through their day, and it's sometimes, I've had a friend and an acquaintance actually tell me that it is the only thing that gets them through the day is the faking it till they make it part. That's a very sad existence to live, and I'm so sorry for you if that is how you live. We need to adapt that so that you live a proper, happy life without invalidating your human experience. Alright, so, signs of toxic positivity: masking your feelings, just trying to get on with it, dismissing your emotions, feeling guilty for what you feel, minimizing other people's experience with the feel-good quotes or statements, trying to give someone else perspective instead of validating their emotional experience. It could be worse. I can actually see myself cringing. Shaming others for expressing frustration or anything other than positivity. Brushing off things that are bothering you with, it is what it is. Oh my god, I had an ex who used that for every fucking thing. I tried to be friends with this ex after a year or so, and that term, it is what it is, literally used to trigger me. And I couldn't understand it originally. I was like, why is that bothering me? Because it's not what it is. There's ways you can go around it. There's a method to fix this. And she would sit in this bubble of negativity and just potter along kind of vibe and be miserable and then go, oh, my therapist said this. And then I'd sit there and going, that makes no sense whatsoever. How are you okay with that? Anyway, tangent. I hate that term. It is what it is. Throw it in the fucking bin, please. Throw it in the fucking bucket and move on. This is basically just... Okay. Why toxic positivity is not good for us? It is because it takes away from our whole being. Carl Jung, one of my all-time favorite founding fathers of psychology, said this: I'd rather be whole than good. And this sentence is truly why I believe that people should talk about this. People should stop faking it. First thing is shame. Second thing is suppressed emotions. Third one is the isolation and other relational problems. So when you invalidate other people's experiences, they no longer want to be around you because you do not come off as authentic, which is important because we want to be around people when we feel loved by other people. We want to be around people when we're lonely. Like, we are social beings. Come on, guys. Another one... Oh, they've highlighted into 3. So what are they? Shame, suppressed emotions, and isolation and other relational problems. Okay, so and one I want to bring up here that my therapist brought up is imposter syndrome, and we're going to bring it up with the fake it till you make it part of this. Because the minute you are fronting, there's shit going on here that makes you feel like you're not being authentic because you are not being authentic. As simple as that. Okay, so ways we can avoid it is by not using these simple coined terms. Don't think about it, stay positive. Don't worry, be happy. Failure is not an option. Everything will work out in the end. Positive vibes only. If I can do it, so can you. Delete negativity. Look for the silver lining. Oh my god. This one actually triggers me to this day. This is something my mother uses on me regularly. And my sister actually used it once and I had to stop her. I was like, please don't. It doesn't work for me. Look for the silver lining. Like, on certain planes I can see how that would help people, but when you're looking at an inherently depressed person and they're told to look for the silver lining, chances are that they're looking for something to put an end to it. So that term literally could trigger something that you don't think it could. So be careful of using that. Another one that is here, everything happens for a reason. Oh my god, I hate that one. It is every religious person's fucking coined terminology here in South Africa. I hate it. It does not happen for a reason. There are no reasons for bad things to happen. It could be worse. No, it could not. Don't think that way. Wipe it away. Okay. I really think that I am getting to a bubble here because I'm getting excited about it and it's 10 minutes into this video. I haven't even touched on the other two topics yet. But when you're listening to someone, try not to invalidate how they're feeling. Try going the opposite direction. Ask them about it. Ask them to describe it. Tell them that you'll always be there for them through thick and thin, through good and bad. If you don't understand what they're going through, go, I hear you and I would like to understand. If you do understand, say that I see. There's this like balance that you should create when you're talking to someone and they're feeling some type of way. Open the door for them, don't slam it in their face. Basically. That's why we're wiping the board on toxic positivity. Toxic positivity. Because if you get knocked down, you get back up. So failure is part of your process. I have failed on multiple occasions with so many of my projects, and I'm not giving up. It has taught me things about the process in order to continue with these projects that I would like to work on in life, including this YouTube channel that I continuously fail to keep up with because of timing and planning. I'm brilliant at planning, I'm not brilliant at execution, and that is something I learned through my failures. One of the ones that I want to come back to is positive vibes only. Please never use this phrase, because you are not only invalidating how the other person feels, you are also invalidating how you feel. If you even remotely feel what this person is feeling, please don't invalidate how they feel. Please don't invalidate how you feel. Take a step back, take a deep breath and go, okay, I can relate to this. How do I tell this person I relate to this? And if you start with just one simple action like that, you change the playing field completely. I'm gonna move on now because, oh my god. Sorry guys. Because I have 2 more topics to go through and it's 13 minutes into this video already. So let's go into faking it till you make it. I have an article here by Change My Life Life Coaching, and this looks like it's in California by the Link one. And one of my favorite parts of this article was its title, and that's why I read it for my research. Because he literally, and Christopher literally writes it like this: don't fake it till you make it. That's garbage advice. Please throw it in the fucker bucket and get rid of it. That last bit's not his, it's mine. But it's literally what I thought when I read it. And I think it's beautiful because faking it doesn't bring you any confidence, it also doesn't build any skills. It also invalidates how you are feeling. Do we see how this links to toxic positivity? If you are feeling stressed by this event, or by this emotion, or if you are feeling like you cannot handle it, why? Why can't you handle it? What is the process you need to go through? Because if you fake it, you won't know the process, you won't know the steps. Because you are faking it. You are not actually going through each one of those steps. Okay. I had a really good way of saying this earlier and I completely forgot to write it down, so I'm not going to. Okay. How can you expect to step into your greatness or see yourself as an expert if your mantra is to fake it? So this is now going to tie, I'm going to touch on the 2 topics together. They tie into the imposter syndrome. Because when you fake it, how can you not feel like an imposter because you're faking it? So when you fake it till you make it, you bring up that feeling of imposter syndrome, and that is how we're going to go into that. Okay, Also with considering that when faking it, even with the best intentions, it's still a form of dishonesty. So you're being dishonest to yourself about this. You are literally saying to yourself, oh, I'm an expert, when you're not. Basically, you're going, I'm going to waste a lot of my time and energy on putting on this picture for everyone to stare at. In the meantime, I'm not doing anything to actually get to this picture. So you're not actually working on the process to this image that you're working towards, or to this goal, to this idea. And the most important part of this that I want to bring up, and there's a whole article here that I could go through, but the one that, the point that sticks out to me the most is that you are wasting energy. You are wasting time and energy, and a lot of people who are dealing with depression, who are dealing with anxiety, who are dealing with overstress, who are taking this self-discovery journey, actually don't have energy anymore because you've wasted so much of it. Whether it be on faking it, whether it be on trying to just get through the day, whether it be on toxic positivity, trying to just lift your spirits or shit like that, you're wasting energy that you don't have. It is the simple... When you are working through this self-discovery journey, you are learning about yourself. You are also learning about the things that are holding you back, as well as the things that are pushing you forward. You are also learning about certain processes that you go through. When you go through stress, when you go through anxiety, when you go through your triggers. And it is important to note on what you are wasting your time on so that you can stop doing it and form habits that actually help you. I'm gonna let that sink in for a couple of minutes. My hair is doing a funny thing here at the back. What the fuck? I washed it this morning because I was going to do a video just as is and decided, nah, let me look human because this is the process that I want to enjoy as well. So I'd love to touch more on this topic if you guys are interested in it, but I feel like I've already babbled on enough. Please try and move away from the toxic positivity and the faking it till you make it so that you don't waste your energy on things that are not going to serve you. The whole idea of the self-discovery journey is that we are taking steps towards the things that are actually going to help us and actually going to help us grow and actually going to help us develop into better versions of ourselves. Stronger, happier, better versions that we ourselves like. This imposter syndrome that we all feel, we're going to get rid of it. We're going to chuck it in the fucking bucket and move on from it. Okay? And one of those ways that we do it is we're going to get rid of this faking it till we make it part. And I'm going to leave you here. Bananas and I are going to go make another cup. I'm probably going to make a cup of tea. Because I should probably get off the caffeine. It is... Yeah. And... It's still morning. I could do with another cup of coffee. Yeah. Okay. Alright, my lovelies, I'm going to link one or two articles down below. The two that I used for the video specifically, I'll link down below, the ones that I read from, and then I will also link a video of someone that, oh, she spoke to my soul when I did this research, and please go give her a follow, because honestly, all of her videos relate to what I'm saying, and it would be great to have another content creator actually agree with me, instead of all this bullshit that's on the internet where they go, oh, fake it till you make it kind of vibe. And I'm going to shut up about this now. I'd love to have you. I have an email address down below where you can talk to me about anything you want me to discuss. We can also create a self-love army here. That is the whole point I'm doing this. I want to create an army of people that is happy with themselves so that we can make moves within the world around us. I'd love to have you. I'd also love to hear from you. Comment down below if there's anything specific you want to ask. I will answer you as soon as I can. I run a pretty tight schedule at the moment, but I am answering all my emails and all my Instagram DMs at the moment as well, which I get a lot of lately. You guys know you can do it publicly. I don't mind. The whole point of this is to take the shame away from it. Anyway, lots of love, sending you love, light and rainbows, but also all the warm hugs for those of you who are not feeling the positive vibes, because we are trying to shake the positive, toxic, positive energy. Bye!